You had a second question, and that has to do with the defensive backfield, in particular the safeties. You want to know if the safety room is tightened up right now, or is it open to make additions? What do you think?
I think the safety room is still wide open, and that's really the question the Browns have to answer. They signed karl-Joseph, who is, I think he's going to be 27 when the season starts. So he's got some time to maybe, still grow and earn a long-term contract. But Andrew-Sendejo is a veteran. He's kind of a stopgap. You don't know who jt-hassell is. You don't know who sheldrick-redwine is. And both of those guys were brought in by the previous regime. So I think this is an area to really keep an eye on that second-round pick. And I saw a mock today where it had the Browns taking the safety from LSU with their second-round pick.
All right, so they're very young, very inexperienced right now. You got to believe they're going to add. If it's not somebody in that second round, there's got to be a free agent or two out there still. Maybe not as good as the first crop, but somebody. You can't go in with that particular group of four, I don't think.
No, you've got to add competition, and it could be a second or third level free agent who you bring in and take a flyer on and let him compete during training camp and see if he can work his way in during the season. But I still think this is an area where you're going to stack on top of the two veterans you signed. You're going to try and stack a rookie who can maybe come in and take a job.
All right. What about Vernon? Is he going to wind up on this squad when it's all said and done?
The longer we go, the longer it seems to trend that way. And I think the problem the Browns face is, okay, if you cut Olivier Vernon, obviously you can save some money, but who's going to be your other defensive end? They need a lot of pass rushers. We'll kind of see the domino that needs to fall is Jadeveon Clowney. And if he ends up back in Seattle, then maybe that opens up where's Everson Griffin going to go? And I think we're still just waiting for some of these dominoes to fall before the Browns make a decision on Vernon.
All right, but they don't have to have a domino fall to sign somebody who's still sitting out there looking for a team. They may get into a position where they have to take whatever's out there.
Yeah, and of course, this is, again, we're starting to give away draft picks here, but this is where the Browns could address this in the draft. But, now you're looking at the third round, the fourth round, so what kind of value are going to get there? Those are more depth-type players. So if they want a big-time defensive end, they might need to call up an Everson Griffin or just kind of suck it up and pay Olivier Vernon for another year.
Yeah, well, you've got, everybody's got the same problems, getting in late, trying to work new people in. In the Browns' case, they're not only working new people in with their teammates, they're working new people in with the coaching staff. And you've got the position players and position coaches, and then you've got the defense as a whole here. That I see this with all teams having that problem, but especially the Browns.
Yeah, it's an issue because they have to do installs, and your off-season program is when you're going to install things on both sides of the ball, and they've got to do that all over the place with this team. The only guy they brought back was Mike Prefer, the special teams coach, and that's all sort of uniform across the league in a lot of ways, I think. What you have to wonder is, when is this all going to be able to happen? Because it really feels like it's going to be hard to get any sort of off-season program going, and the reality is, when are you going to be allowed to get 90 guys in a room together for meetings and things like that? This is going to be a really challenging time for a new coaching staff.
All right, so of the four we have listed, Joseph, Sendejo, Hassell, and Redwine, Joseph makes the team, Sendejo makes the team. The other two are on the bubble here?
Yeah, and I think Redwine probably has the best chance to maybe make the team again. He's a guy from Miami. He was not a high draft pick, but he was taken at a spot where you'd want to take a look at him and see what he can do. And he did play a little bit last year. Hassell was on the practice squad to start the year, got promoted at the end of the year. I think he's got a chance to maybe put himself on the practice squad again at the very least. But I think Redwine of those two is the guy that would most likely make the roster. But that's, again, still a long ways away.
It is a long way away, but it also concerns me that just how you're going to mesh these guys together is a concern. And just to say, well, every team's got that problem, I'm not sure that's the right answer. But I also don't know what else they can do here at this point.
Yeah, there are teams that don't have that problem, right? Because there's guys that have been playing together and know each other well, and the Browns don't have that luxury. So it's going to be really challenging for this football team to get ready. And the safety position, you like those guys to sort of be on the same page.